Hello, this is Samsai again, and welcome back to Stellaris. So it's been a while since I last played this. I've sadly still been too lazy. So without further ado, let's just get back to our game that we started last time. So last time we started our empire, the 001 hub, and we're still playing like the 2.05 version, so not the new version, and we definitely don't have the new DLC. I've played a little bit of it, but I didn't actually find it that much fun. So I'm still using just the 2.05 so that I don't have to restart this. But last time we integrated the Ferdera's, Ferdera planet, the Izar system, into our thus far prospering empire, and we'll definitely be building some stuff here. I think now all of these guys are all of these guys are now cybernetic, and they no longer cause any issues with us, which is a very, very good thing indeed. Like I mentioned last time, I'm basically establishing just a defensive line against... I think these guys are probably our next target. Yeah, they're unfriendly and they don't really like me, which does not surprise absolutely anyone, but it's still good to have our targets pointed out to us. So I think today what we're going to be doing is we're going to be building our empire further by capturing all of these planets, this in particular. I'm not sure if I don't think I had any colony ships headed this way yet. Right, I don't, because I need to build all of these mining stations and also the station here to actually keep us covered. Oh, and I'm repairing the I'm repairing the automated shipyard there. It's going to take me a little bit of time to get like adjusted to all of these things again, but everything should be more or less back up to speed once I am done with that. So what I'm gonna start to do is I'm gonna start building the starbase here, or not the starbase, but the outpost here, so that I can start colonizing the Poa 3 planet here. As I recall, these were inhabited by, I think, maybe the crystalline entities or something. Well, anyway, we're going to take care of that soon enough. The it's not here. Unsolicited mapping. Every system planet survey collected. Okay. Was that part of this or something else?
Construction complete.
Okay, we've constructed something. This planet is still going to need a little bit of work, but we can no doubt turn it into something a little bit useful here. The nice thing, because we are cybernetic and robotic, means that we don't actually have to care about food. So all the food production that this planet formerly did, we can just turn it towards resources of more significant nature. I think I'm going to just save up until I get the planetary administration. But yeah, we are going to have to start building up this as well. Do I have... No, I don't have automatic mapping yet, so I think I might have to just... I'd like to send you through this to explore what is here. You know what? I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna send you through there. In a passive mode, and hope that you can get through these. I'm not sure. Okay, that seems a little bit risky. That is probably not going to work. Might have to... Well, what I can try is I can try to maneuver this manually. And in that case, I will want to just sort of hug the edge of the system and like chart these maneuvers manually. Let's actually move a little bit faster. The speed one is a little bit slow. Okay.
Alert. Science unit engaged.
Okay, we're being engaged, so that did not work so well. These guys should retreat automatically.
Science unit offline.
Well, there he goes. Yeah, I should have expected that, but I was hoping that I might be able to maneuver around it. I should have also taken a better look at what all of these things were. Yeah, these are the Emerald Roamers, so all of these guys are... In fact... Yeah, these are the Crystalline guys, and I think this is their, like, main hub here. Which means that we're going to have to prepare fairly significant forces to fight them. Well, I guess we're just going to continue the exploration on this side, and I might as well add some new systems to be surveyed, just in case we need that information. And you're just about soon done with those mining stations, which means that you can actually go here and build the thingy here. I might actually... I have a little bit of extra resources. I'll build one more construction ship so that I can work on these systems. And... do I need more Unity? It's not going to matter much. I think getting the modular hull templates is more useful for us. Because the... I usually don't focus Unity too much. You can make it very strong if you focus it, but I just usually don't end up doing that. Let's get a power plant up here, and can I actually resettle like a guy from somewhere else? Ferdera has some extra population, I think. So if I got this pop is... okay, so I can only move in pops that are fully grown. Well, how about you come here and work for my stuff here? I don't think it matters. Also, you should take his place. Yeah, this guy doesn't mind because they are cybernetic, so it's like perfectly fine. Also, they start growing, which is what I wanted there. Okay. So basically, a nice big bunch of science. A heap of science. Okay. I do want both of these systems. And I do want to also start securing my borders, which means I am going to have to go through a couple of, like, systems here, building up outposts and stuff. And I might as well just start securing this side. So let's do it like this, and then we'll just move from here. I think that's a nice idea. At least for now. The important parts are
Special project complete.
this, this, and this. And these are practically already secured. Oh, so you couldn't actually go through there. Well, in that case, this is your new survey route. I'm actually researching. Fusion cores and tile blockers and coil guns. Yeah, all useful science, I think.
Construction complete.
Okay. And we actually did get our resources back already, or our minerals. Oh, and these are the new, or rather the new ship that I got, so I'll send that back. Thank you very much. I think I might actually start expanding here. I do want to keep it like connected to my current empire, though. I don't want to like start making this separate chunk. Okay, and now we can colonize this from Tubi or Tubu. I think this is an alright place to put it down. I mean, we have plenty of stuff here that we can work on. And I kind of want it to be sort of centralized so that I can get the benefits on all of these tiles here.
Construction complete.
Okay. Now that has been added. I'll colonize it later, but what I want to start doing is I want to start making sure that this side of the galaxy doesn't like start popping pirates all around. My piracy risk is actually pretty high already, which actually reminds me that I should probably build up some stuff for my security echelon, or echelon, whatever. Difficult words. Yeah, I cannot reinforce all. I can, in fact, not even build a single one of these. But
Hostile fleet assets engaged.
no, why did you go there? That's like the worst choice you could have ever made.
Alert. Fleet unit offline.
I should have probably realized that. Well, so much for absolutely nothing, I guess. They decided that this is the faster way to regroup with the fleet, and naturally they took that way. I need to keep that in mind, because I might have to move some fleets in here at some point. Abandoned gateway? Sure, why not? The good thing is that right now I'm not doing a whole lot of exploring. I'm basically just
Complete.
making my way over here a little bit to see if I can find more civilizations.
System survey complete.
Okay, and you build some mining stations.
Construction
And the technocracy and the theocracy have decided to form a rivalry, to the surprise of absolutely nobody. But that's perfectly fine by me. Alright, let's build up some mines, because my energy credit production is starting to kind of go down here.
Technological acquisition successful.
Wonderful. Coil guns, this is exactly what I wanted. Flak batteries, I mean, flak batteries as a concept, fun, but I don't think flak battery ones are actually that great. However, if we want to go, well, we're not really Cylons, are we? Not really, we don't do carrier ops. If you are kind of like Borg, or rather, Cylons do not do assimilation. But yeah, I think it's still a fun idea. Let's research carriers. Maybe they'll become useful at some point. I do tend to go for late game carriers. Investigate chim freeholders. Well, I'll look into it later, but Phi aliens. Want to know who these guys are. Because it would seem that they are very, very... No, actually, never mind. These are the space amoeba? I think.
Construction complete.
Alright. I could take... Alright, I don't have the resources to build
Planetary
those
settlement procedure.
mining stations yet. But we should be able to sort that out eventually. Okay, so who are these guys and why are they... Okay, so how... The Variga and the Commonwealth. So it's these guys. Which works for me, because that keeps these guys off my back.
Construction complete.
Yep, Tianqi. That gives me the frequency tuning stuff,
Construction complete.
which I can work on at some point. Okay, now we can just start securing the rest of this, and once this is all secured, it just leaves a couple of systems where I need to deal with pirates, including this one, which means that I should probably build this up to a starport. Because I don't want to have to deal with pirates too much. Pirates are not one of my favorite features of this game, so I tend to build my empires in a way where pirates have a very tricky time
System survey complete.
trying to actually get in. And that's exactly the way I prefer it. You... No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Please build just the mining station and that'll be fine. Do I now have enough stuff to actually build... I can reinforce this fleet at least a little bit. Not by much, but a little bit.
Construction complete.
I'm still, I think, early enough in the game. Yeah, well, I mean, I'm still starting to lose to the fleet power of the technocracy. Which means that I might have to build up, and at some point, once I have like destroyers, or probably at the cruiser phase, I might start thinking about assimilating some of these border worlds. It'll probably take a while for me to actually get into a proper, like, proper war, as in a war for these guys' survival. But I do intend to snatch at least these worlds from them. I mean, this is their capital, is it not? Yeah, I think this might be their capital. 12 pops, which would benefit me quite a bit and would leave them in a nasty place because they are down to 1 colony. Or is it 1? No, actually it's 2 colonies because I think Velderam is actually a... yeah, it is a colony that is currently being built up. I might have to actually just take this first, but I'll try to make it to Havari to get both of my planets. And yes, they are my planets. I spotted them. And everything the light touches is mine.
Technological acquisition successful.
Fusion reactors, very nice. Okay, I'll get the automatic exploration just so that I can like reduce the amount of stuff that I need to personally oversee. Modular components would give me the robot build speed for a planet. Not sure how relevant that is going to be. I think pop growth speed might be more useful in the long run, because I think what I'm going to end up doing here, which is I think actually, let's look at our demographics. It is already kind of the thing that we're doing here. So like, I'm going to keep my machines as a kind of a minority. They are the like the actual embodiment of the mechanical systems of my empire. But I like the reason for these guys. Well, the reason why I don't usually play mechanicals is that the building of pops is something that I tend to forget very easily, and that's why some of my colonies end up being kinda like underdeveloped. For example, here we can see a very good example of what I mean. Yeah, and I don't think there's really any reason for me to prefer these guys over, like, say, the Zanami. I mean, these guys are decent at, like, physics, for example, which would be relevant here, because I can just build a physics lab here. In fact, what I could also do is I could swap these guys around. Oh, but we don't produce food. There is no reason for me to do that yet. I'll clear that up so that I can build a proper mine in there. And yeah, 01 itself is also a little bit underdeveloped, but not nearly as much. However, it could use some work. And we should build some uplink nodes so that I can at least get some unity, because it is useful, and I should not neglect it nearly as much as I do. But I do neglect it.
System survey complete.
Okay, so are you at the end? Yes, you're just about at the end of your path. So I'll just give you a little bit of extra path.
Tile blocker expunged.
Tile blocker expunged. So that would be the one on Tubu, yes. Which means that I can build that here. Move these guys around. That way we get the physics guy handling the lab, and we get the robot handling the mine. Which is a win-win situation for everyone.
Construction complete.
Okay, we have gained a trait, which is... I guess I need to go and look at my leaders, because I totally did not check. Architectural interests, so building costs down and building speed up. Okay, that's very nice. And I'll just build that right there, so that we don't have to worry about this side causing pirate trouble. Just a little bit odd, maybe, that like pirates would,
System survey complete.
form practically within an empire that consists of machines.
Complete.
But I suppose it's not completely impossible. Maybe they are pirates that came from elsewhere and started just, raiding my my ports. Also, we should totally start making some
Construction complete.
research stations as well. I'll build a couple of those, and then if I can, I don't have the money. I'll have the money or the resources soon enough. But I do need to make sure that I have enough of energy production to
complete.
supply all of these things.
Construction complete.
But this will help, because that unlocks the Betharian. That is really going to be a big boost to... Oh, and right, this place had 2 Betharian, so that is going to be a really big boost to my energy production. So Betharian power plant, like I mentioned, is like 12 energy, like slightly depending on what kind of a tile the Betharian is on. We can also start working on these soon. Okay, is there something else that I should be... I think I should be just moving, like, to the end of my supremacy tree. So yeah, let's do combat variable mitigation for fleet command limit increase and fire rate increase. And then when I get that, I should get my ascension perk, which I will definitely appreciate very much. Do I have the resources to do a little bit of extra fleet building? Yes, I do. I can actually make 3 new corvettes. Oh, something was... We were apparently lacking in something for a second, but then just went away immediately. I think, it's the energy that is entering a negative balance because I'm building these stations and all of that.
Construction complete.
But, we can deal with that with not much issue. We cannot make these Betharian power plants yet. They are different from the regular power plant. But we'll get to it. I wonder if I should, like, resettle someone in here from, like, my home world. Not really anyone here that I'd really like to have moved over here. Is Verdera... You guys just need more space, honestly. It's getting tricky to harvest you people out of there. Yeah, just come over here and help me. That way I will have less trouble maintaining this colony. But I'll probably build some pops here as well, just to make it go faster.
Construction
And
complete.
yeah, that building is inactive. But yeah, I think at this point we're just going to be more focused on the internal development so that we can actually start building some sort of an infrastructure to take on the neighboring empires, because at this point it's starting to slowly be less about who can like find what. It's not nearly as much about exploration right now as it is about the power structures. And I intend to have very good power structures, because it's kind of important for a race that is focused on the systematic incorporation of other species into its own collective. Because for some reason they seem to very much like... they resist. And they should know the resistance is futile. Futile.
Complete.
The resistance is futile. Futile, how about that one? Resistance is futile. Yeah. It's all about kings and queens and thieves and castles. Okay. I need the physics lab because I need to catch up in science, and these guys are going to be a fairly tight match when it comes to science, because they are these guys are materialist, which means that they will get fairly well. I mean, if they are just not collectivists but materialists like this, it means that they just get the 5% research speed, which is still a good research bonus. But if they are like fanatic materialists, I think that's an automatic 10%, which is really significant, because I think you only get like, if we actually look at the tree here, so completing the entire tree here gives you a 10% research speed bonus, and you get an ascension perk, and one of the ascension perks I think is another 10% research speed, which means that if you are a fanatic, materialist, and you get that 10% research bonus, and then you go through the discovery tree and get the ascension perk that gives you extra research, you will basically end up with 30% research bonus over other guys. Well, I mean, some people might get 20% if they just like invest into the tree, but still. We need more of those blockers being unblocked, because this, not this place, but this place does have plenty of... Oh, Beldros civilization has been found. I think that's far away from us. Yeah, it's the primitive civilization here. Also, you can just start automatic exploring, which means that I actually should send out another vessel to conduct exploration, because there's no reason for me to not do that. Also, is there something important that I should do with the Ruby's station? I could make an anchorage there or another shipyard, but honestly, considering it's on the border, and I, for now, won't be able to take this, I might be able to shift this back later. But what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to set up some gun batteries. And I'm going to add... I mean, I could add a resource silo here, but that's... If that gets hit and gets destroyed, I think those resources are just gone. So what I think I'm going to do here is... I might still be able to use this as a launching... Well, it's so close to 0, though. Communication jammers, just in case we need to defend it.
Construction complete.
I think that's a smart idea.
Construction complete.
And I think at this point we should start to... Yeah, we have enough not starbase points, influence points to start building another starbase. I just want to build all of this full. You, on the other hand, you should go and build some mining stations. Because I so like those mining stations. Can you build one too? That would be quite nice. Because we are sort of starting to get the energy production together. Is there anything that I need to pinch from anyone? Not really. This is kind of like we're not doing much here until until we get these. Which actually means, because we're going to get these, both of these Betharian power plants, I'm actually going to build a mining network here. Normally I would just build the power plant here, but because we're already going to get all of these, I can just build a little bit of extra mineral mining here than I otherwise would probably do. Should I...
System survey complete.
Do I have enough room? I still have one more directly controlled system slot. And after that I need to start releasing colonies to operate on their own. I think I might keep these colonies as my own colonies, and I might set these colonies here to just kind of build on their own and create a sector here, because I think we have enough like resources around here to start up at least a sector, and these planets could be built up to do something good. So that's what I think I'm going to do. Once I get the next colony set up here, I will build it up a little while, and then get the second colony, and then create a sector out of like this area.
Construction complete.
Sathid Sovereign Sons. Archon Rob or Tob. So which one? Sends regards from the ruling council of the Sathid Sovereign Sons. We hope for a productive relationship with your people, but be warned that our military will respond to any transgressions near our space with maximum force. Honor-bound warriors. I mean, I can just tell them to join me, but they probably won't like it. Yeah, I don't think they are going to like that too much. Yeah, as it turns out, they don't like that.
Technological
That's a mild
successful.
problem. Unemployment? How is there unemployment in this kind of a system? Now you have a job. It's that easy to sort out unemployment. Colony development speed up by 50%. We're going to build 2 more colonies after all. Machine modification points, not necessarily yet. I think it's a little bit early to start robo modding, but we will do that at some point. Okay, there we go. Now we have this station right here, and that's 1.1k, so it should basically block any pirate activity and early game fleets from coming over here. Which is exactly what I wanted. Okay, is there anything that I want to build here? I could build a stronghold, but what's the point? We don't get unrest, so that bonus doesn't actually do anything for us. Guess what I could do is I could just, like, clear all of these and then start building more labs. Which might not actually be a bad idea. In fact, I'll build some labs here. And you know what, I'll just unlock those as well, so we can start building this place up even further. These guys are actually pretty decent. Like, thrifty, natural physicists. I mean, the fleeting is not nice, but natural physicist and
System survey
and thrifty is very nice indeed. Anything that I should be doing here? You guys are building up more people, or, well, not really building up, I suppose. Build a mining station. So we have the money for this. Also, we should totally be upgrading these into not that one. That one is actually supposed to be a an engineering lab. We can build a what is that? A lab right here. And on this side, you don't actually need to build that.
System survey complete.
Because we don't need the food. We are not going to eat it, because I guess the cybernetic
Tile blocker expunged.
I guess the cybernetic creatures are kind of like the Borg in that I think they just consume energy to
Construction complete.
create whatever they need to sustain themselves. That's how they do it in, or that's how the Borg in Star Trek worked. Basically, they had these cybernetic implants that generated all the food that they needed. You know, you probably should not be doing that. Instead, how about you come here?
System survey complete.
Because I just realized that these guys are closing in quite fast here, and I don't necessarily want them to do that.
Construction complete.
I'd like to capture some of this territory for
Construction
myself
complete.
yet. Okay. Above the fray, and that gives me the, or that gets me the Ascension perk. So, Nihilistic Acquisition would allow me to raid, but I don't necessarily want that. Interstellar Dominion would be pretty nice if we start to build up. Technological Ascendancy is the one that I talked about, the 10% improvement to research. And I think I might actually just take that. Or I could get Imperial Prerogative. No, but I'm going to take the Technological Ascendancy, because I'm not actually that worried about the overhead of sectors. I'm more worried about the micromanagement of planets.
Construction complete.
Hopefully these guys won't build up into these areas, because I would like to get those 8 minerals from there. I wonder if I could... Okay, these guys have not recovered from the raid, so I cannot even purchase any services from them. A shame. A shame, shame, shame.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
Oh, did I... wasn't I supposed to build... Yeah, I built a science vessel. I already forgot about it. You, I think. Suldim den Arameik. You are meticulous, which means that... Well, it's a little bit odd that you're so individualist, but sure. Fleet order cancelled. Oh, that is true. We have been boxed in. In fact, we have been boxed in twice already. We're boxed in by these, and these guys already took all of these hyperlanes. Which means that we're contained in our little box here until we take care of either these guys. Actually, even getting these guys isn't really going to help us much. But we would have to go through both of these guys to actually get out of our little box. Which might not be a bad idea.
Anomalous surface variable
How
detected.
tough are you? Superior. Technologically superior and also superior in fleet power. However, we could build an anchorage here that would give us 4 extra naval capacity on top of our 23. And then we can expand our security echelon to a bigger size than before. We can actually pay for all of this already. Or rather, well, almost all of it. Another mummified pilot. There's many of them.
Construction complete.
Okay, we just need to rush through here and capture a couple of these. I mean, I wanted that because that would have allowed me easiest defense possible. But I can still take these
Construction complete.
and sort of sacrifice them if the war becomes unfavorable for us. But I do want that. Which means that the war against these guys is practically inevitable. Because they will have to be stopped at some point. Okay, I cannot make any biolabs yet, but I can start working on that, and you can help us with that. And I know I'm losing energy, it happens. New contact, the Bacterian Unity. Oh, it's a hive mind. A collective consciousness. We're the Bacterian Unity and we speak as one. The hive mind has taken note of your presence. We will observe for now. Our future actions will depend upon whether you are a threat, an opportunity for expansion, or an unforeseen variable. That's funny because we're kind of the same.
Technological
Me
acquisition
and you.
successful.
Okay, let's get UV lasers. And external acquisitions area is our trade hub that I can build on my starports. I'll increase my leader pool though before I do anything else. And then we're going to just build a whole bunch of power plants in various places because we do need them. We sure do. I'm gonna build a 001 here. Then I'm just going to swap these. Actually, I can swap these around already.
Construction complete.
Does 001 or 01 rather need anything? We could build some extra power plants here. I think shouldn't be too harmful for us. By the way, charismatic slow breeders, communal, natural engineers. So basically it doesn't matter if I build a 01 here, it just works fine.
Construction complete.
And we can build some mining stations here as well. Although, we should build some more of these outposts right after.
Construction complete. Technological acquisition successful.
Yay. Okay, I'll get the engineering facility because we need to catch up. I'm getting the feeling that like between I'm between two civilizations here that are both slightly more advanced than me. The Pious Ozcogs Council. I bring greetings from the revered Elder Claws of Yellow, the elected leader of the Pious Ozcogs Council. We believe in the right of all sapient beings to fulfill their individual spiritual needs, and we hope you share in this sentiment. Sorry to tell you guys, but I am neither a spiritualist nor a pacifist. And, well, I mean, I'm pretty, like, I'm in on this equality thing. The equality of everyone belongs in a hive mind of cybernetics. But equality nonetheless. I mean, I have noble aims here. Okay, you know what? I'm going to build this into a starport, because we need to start making some possible movements here. Not yet though, but well, we're going to start at least building up the infrastructure to attack if necessary. And it's going to be necessary, so don't you guys worry about that. And this Yothmore Shroud might help us
Construction complete.
with some rather covert maneuvers into this segment of the galaxy here. And blocking that place off should also mean that they're kind of boxed in here.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah, you just check it out. That's fine. Right, we also do need to... That needs to be upgraded at the very least. But then we need to wait for the engineering facilities to be built later. Strength from small places. Okay, so... So bacterial life form, unlike any other, it bonds with individuals to form a large blanket that acts like a solar cell. Oh, we can try them on energy production. That would be very useful. Marvelous, 5% energy. That's very nice. Because it's a 5% increase. I think it's part of this stuff here. Yeah, enhanced solar power. That means the more power energy we produce, the bigger the effect. So that is nicely going to scale throughout the game. But I think most of the things are like that in this game. Okay, yeah, I think we managed to catch them by surprise. They were moving in here, but sadly they cannot anymore. Because I was too fast. Okay, let's start building up these colonies, because I have been waiting for these a while now. Okay, I'll send my Rufari here to take over this planet, and let's say none of these places to land are that great. I'll just land there, I guess. You don't get any bonus to like research, I think, from adjacency, so just building the colony far enough away from the science sources is typically a good idea. At least that's as far as I understand it.
Construction complete.
Non-aggression pact invitation. So the hierarchy of Valu and the Havariga technocracy have decided to sign a non-aggression pact. I think that means... Oh, Valu has... Okay, so yeah, they got mad. I cannot even declare a rivalry because we don't rival people, we assimilate. Are any other guys rival to me? The Havariga technocracy are my rivals. The funny thing is that actually these guys are materialists, so it makes total sense that these guys are actually like aligned at this point, particularly with me being here. I just hope that they don't like form some sort of an alliance, because if I have to fight both of them at the same time, I might be in trouble. Okay, that still requires a little bit of more effort on my part to actually get, but once that's done, all of my territory has basically been unified, and I don't have to worry about that anymore. Which reminds me, I built this thing up, and I do want to make sure that I do not get... there's a resource reprocessor, which is a very nice thing. That's... I kind of like that, but no, I have to build the gun batteries here, because I want to make sure that this place is both a good jumping off point and good defensive fortification against any aggression from the technocracy.
Technological acquisition successful.
Yep. Destroyers, that's what I've been kind of waiting for.
Complete.
And I'm losing... Did I build the... Yeah, I built the colony ship, that's the reason.
Construction complete.
Sin Star regime, yes. Alien creatures, I speak on the behalf of Grand Marshal Shriek, the undisputed ruler of the Sin Star regime. Respect our borders and keep out of Sin affairs, and perhaps our mighty fleets will refrain from visiting your wretched world. Yeah, xenophobes. Well, they will be dealt with at some point in the future. And they close the borders, because of course they do. I could probably build some mining stations and even like labs in here. Oh, and let's make sure that that's also covered. The more I record, the more my pronunciation goes to hell. It just like starts doing very strange things. I think it's because like I get into the thought more, like I pay attention to the pronunciation early on, and then I get to the thought and the meat of the video, and then there we go. Then now it's a defensive pact. They have allied with each other, which means that I will have to have at least 2 fleets, one to fend off the other and one to defeat the other one. So I will have to. This will get a little bit tricky from now on.
Technological acquisition successful.
Okay. Listening posts would be very nice. I do want those. Defensive army damage increase so that they will have to take more offensive armies to my planets to fight me with.
Surface variable detected.
And I need to do something about those energy credits that I'm losing. This will help. This will help too.
Construction complete.
That will help as well. But I need, like in the engineering section, I need Betharian power plants.
Construction complete.
But I will sadly have to probably wait for those a little bit longer. Okay, you build mining stations, and build mining stations here as well, and here. In fact, build them everywhere.
System survey complete.
Very good. Is there actually... I could build even one more here. Yeah, I'll just build that there. I'm still waiting on these. I really want them. We don't need food, just power plants. Energy. Energy is what we want. Energy is what we crave. That should help. Like, once this planet has been colonized, my energy consumption will go down. So that should help with this at least a little bit.
Construction complete. System survey complete.
Wonderful. We could... Actually, can we actually check this place? Because that limbo is possibly related to something we can actually work on. Because we are, by our definition, a machine intelligence. So I should be paying more attention to the limbo, because the limbo means, basically, an alien vault filled with data storage devices practically begs for some archaeological data recovery. I can spoil that much that they are alien brain scans. Which means that we can download them and, you know, do what we do best, assimilate.
Construction complete. Construction complete.
Yeah. I think at this point... no, I'm going to refrain from building more, like, research stations, because sadly I do not have the funds. Yeah, I'm not going to even, like, upgrade these. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just build up more, like, power stations, because I just need power plants everywhere. Okay, let's see. The vault is a tomb for hopeful immortals The science officer yada 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 asserts that the huge blocks of ternary code found in the databanks are neural images, digitalized brain scans. Doubtlessly, the aliens of Yandu's 1A considered this to be their only shot at any kind of survival following whatever calamity befell the planet. They did not have the means to resurrect themselves, but banked on the impossibly small hope that eventually someone else would have those means. So what I can do is I can just download the neural patterns, and hopefully it gives me like an extra piece on top of that, because I should be able to also put them to use. Because I am a machine intelligence, I know this stuff. This is the thing that I do. Okay, so what else do I need? I could do synchronicity, or I could do expansion. I don't think expansion is that relevant at this point. Prosperity, maybe. Prosperity does have some good things. Like population upkeep goes down, and shipbuilding is like cheaper, and ship upkeep is, you know, cheaper as well. Or I can go discovery and start to work on that technology deficit. Now what the hell? Let's go with the discovery, and I might go with like synchronicity. Synchronicity. There we go. It's difficult to get that one right. All kinds of cities. Let's get that one too. That way we are mostly covered here, and we can get just the extra 4 energy credits out of that one as well. Oh, and Ruby's Prime is now part of our empire. Which means I want you guys to build me... Actually, we should take advantage of that 3 society research. Put it to good use. And you know what? I'm also feeling like I probably should build this here somewhere. I hate putting it right there, but it's kind of the middle. Yeah, I'll just put it there for the sake of being in the middle.
System survey.
Okay, let's actually see. The Sin Star regime has decided to send diplomatic insults. Hello, little botlings. Have you learned how to count yet, or are you still stuck on the 1s and 0s? You can count with 1s and 0s, you imbecile. Anywho. Plants and sectors. So if I were to create a sector here, out of all of these things, would that be doable? Let's investigate this possibility. So, that's the button. Okay, and let's drop all of those values. That means that we're going to be making slightly less, but this allows that they can sort of start working on this on their own, and I will have one of my own act as the sector governor. And I'll... No, this is not what I wanted. This is what I wanted. I'll just give them a little bit of something to work with, to give them a bit of a head start.
Construction complete.
And that way I can actually move my constructors out of there, because they will start working on this on their own, which means I can focus on other things. This is what I tend to do every single time anyway. Sathid Sovereign Sons have also entered some kind of a non-aggression pact. I think this might become a three-way alliance against me. And I don't like it.
Executing evasion protocols.
Okay, so there's some hostiles out there. Hopefully my scientists just... What? Where? Okay, well, yeah, these guys are just closing in on each other. They really like each other for whatever reason, those meat bags. Oh well, I guess we're just going to have to work with what we have, which is the harsh reality of the steel and the microcircuits. I did not want to build that. Built the mining station instead. So how tough are these guys now? They're still superior, which means that I will need to build up. And I think it's largely because of my technology that these things are as they are. Mandate of Hazi. Chief Procenter Julad and the rest of the religious council bids you greetings. Yeah, it's the fanatical spiritualist again. Ready to call me soulless and whatnot. Oh, we're actually not doing so fine in the energy credit front again. We need to like sort this out pretty soon, because otherwise things are going to get a little bit too annoying for me to deal with. You are not producing power. You need to produce power. Power to the people.
Technological acquisition successful.
Alright. More star bases. That's actually very useful. Also, colonial centralization, because that actually gives us energy, like as a direct bonus.
System survey complete.
It's kind of tough because there isn't really anything I can build. Unit lost. Ceased functioning. Oh, well, I thought for a second that it was actually something more worrying, but no. You are well, actually you're kind of old, but you are a maniacal researcher. Oh, but I don't have the research or the energy to actually. Okay, you aren't doing anything. You're just commanding a vessel that is doing absolutely nothing. So you can just begin doing some society research for now. And we have stabilized our energy credit situation. We're just going to have to build on it.
Technological acquisition successful.
Okay, that's the gravitic sensors. The power plant 2 is going to be up next and useful.
Complete.
And you've built that up. Yeah, okay. I think we're starting to get out of the danger zone. Because if that starts dropping to too low values, things are not very nice. Okay, but now we have these guys on sensors. This is going to require sort of later game stuff. We're not going to be able to take up or take on those guys. These guys probably can take on pretty soon. I just need like actually I need a 1k fleet to take on these guys, and that should basically do it. And I pretty much have that already. I wouldn't want to lose that many vessels though. So I would like to keep these guys safe a little bit longer until I get the destroyers, and I can start building up that fleet a little bit more. But when I do, that is going to be sorted out. Still have some room here to build some power plants. I think I'm going to do exactly that. We do need those power plants until we get the Betharian, at which point our energy problems are going to be more or less solved. Not fully, but at least to an extent. Also, I should probably go through a refit at this point, because I'm getting the destroyer, which means that I should actually refit all of my old Corvettes with better guns, because I've been unlocking UV lasers and all of those kinds of cool things.
Technological acquisition successful.
And there it is, Betharian power plant. So that's what I was waiting for. Okay, so ship designer. Let's make sure. Yeah, we're still using like small mass drivers and blue lasers. So clear the design. and coil guns and UV lasers, and I think we may have some like upgrades to the armor as well. No, I don't want to save an empty. Actually, let me make sure that this is... Okay, so artillery and interceptor is what it thinks is the best for us, which is exactly what this is. So, let's add a ship design to this fleet. We can add like 8 of those destroyers to this fleet. I'm not going to build them yet because of that, but when I do, what I can do though is I can upgrade these. Let's see if the
augmentations completed.
Okay, the power did not really jump up. That reinforce would obviously jump up the fleet power.
Technological acquisition successful.
Okay, those power plants are good. They're kind of like a in-between solution to the problem right now. Faster hyperlane travel is already always good. Okay, let's just start upgrading these, and we're going to start upgrading these in the order of their production capability. So the the most productive power plants are going to be the first to be upgraded. Simply because there probably are more like bonuses attached to those ones. All of these are basically just 3s. But I think I might be able to upgrade all of these in one big swoop here. Even the ones that are not being like actively manned. Yep, that's a big refit of, or well, not really a refit. It's a big upgrade of power plants. But that should increase our production, and that's kind of like an interim solution before we get the Betharian online. The Betharian is obviously not going to replace the power plants that we already have, but their production capability is so much higher than that of a regular power plants for a significant cut of the cost, because you need to upgrade the power plants from like beginning to the end, and you don't have to do that with the Betharian power plants. You just like build them once and then they are done. They don't have to be upgraded ever again, because there isn't a thing called Betharian power plant 2, for example, I think. So what are you guys building? You're constructing a station and clearing a tile blocker. Very good. They should also be able to upgrade their power plants now, although I'm not sure if they've actually... No, they haven't actually built any, they have just been building research. And oh right, they are colonizing that one, so... I may need to give them extra credits to work with, because they might run out of those. Okay, but yeah, those numbers are looking way better. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna reinforce the defensive
System survey complete.
echelon. Defensive echelon, that's a big lie. But I'm gonna reinforce them regardless. Get some more ships up in there. And what I might do as well is I might actually upgrade one of these stations here to a proper starport for like economic purposes. Because there are some economic station buildings that I could be building, and I haven't yet. But some of those things do affect my energy credits, for example, which would be very helpful in this point. Also, I should be building a proper station here, or proper starport here, to defend against these guys, and possibly, yes, possibly to launch an attack here. Mainly for now to defend against an invasion, because if they go through here, they're just going to run into these guys, and they don't have the fleet power to actually go through, so they will just die there. but they will be able to come through here, which will cause some problems for us. So this station needs to be upgraded to be able to defend itself and my territories, and also to hold a potential fleet there in case I build one. So it should have like the service umbilicals and the gun positions and all of that. I'm gonna get these Betharian power plants online, and I think at that point...
System survey
okay,
complete.
at least they are declaring each other rivals as well, so they're not just like ganging up on me and just destroying me in the process. So I'm kind of hoping that they start a war. At least some of them. And that they are not too focused on building a federation or an alliance against me. Because that's something I don't want to see.
Planetary surface settlement established.
Okay, there we go. Now these guys can actually start doing something a little bit more productive. I 100% support this. I mean, they're still leaking energy credits quite bad. So I might have to give them some extra to work with, which is fine at this point. I do have the production necessary for that. I'm just hoping that they start building some, like, power plants and whatnot. Because right now, this is not power plants. Oh, actually, I think I might know what the problem is. Sector settings, turn off respect tile resources. Also, you're allowed to colonize, although I don't think you're going to find that possible. If you let them respect the tiles, then this is basically what happens. They start building a whole lot of like research stations and whatnot, and not really focusing on the things that they actually need. I mean, they're still building up more labs. I guess I'll just allow it for now. If they become too stupid with them, with their like plans, what I will do is I will just like get like I will just re-assimilate them into the whole empire and just start fixing them. I'd rather not. Also, we have a tile here that we haven't even cleared up that has like energy. Or are we not taking this energy? It's a wonderful opportunity for somewhere. Even that one is energy. Now that I'm about to get the Betharian power plants, I'm spotting all of these opportunities for energy. I mean, it's still fine because I get to use that, or get to use those opportunities. But still.
Technological
and there it is.
acquisition successful.
Starholds, I'll research them because those are going to be useful for defense. And now I get to do what I was kind of hoping to do all along. Okay, so Betharian power plants, 10 energy on its own, plus the 2 energy from the tile, which means 12 energy total. Plus, I have a Zanami operating the controls, which means that gives me an extra little boost to my energy production as well. I just want to see that these get like built. Alright, I'm actually upgrading these. I kind of would like to get this thing to the front of the queue.
System survey complete.
But I suppose it's fine for now.
Planetary alert.
Oh.
Tile blocker expunged.
Penthulan Citizen Alliance. Hegemonic Imperialists. Yeah, you represent whoever you represent. I don't really care. Your power hierarchies are not relevant to our purpose. You. Give me a physics lab, and we sadly cannot upgrade that. That could be upgraded further.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
Yeah, just go check it out. Go wild, I tell you. Go wild. And we can build an engineering facility here as well. So these guys can actually start doing some, like, more useful work. Dimensional pocket. Some crew are missing, yeah. I think we're going to get a new science vessel soon. Ah, there we go. I could destroy them, but I'd rather take the science vessel, honestly. And that is the one in... where? Where's this? Oh, there it is. Now, I told this guy to actually be manning the science station, but he can actually do something else for a change. And you can do the research on society for me. That way, we actually now have
surface variable detected.
We have 2 science vessels roaming around. Yeah, the dimensional pocket basically always generates a science vessel. That's basically all it does. Up is down. Disturbing thought. Indeed. But I appreciate the research. We can reinforce these guys a little bit more. And I think at this point these guys are actually pretty damn strong. I might actually send them here to just test them out a little bit.
Anomalous surface variable detected.
Ah, check it out.
System survey complete.
What could possibly go wrong? Alright, you guys. I want you guys to take over that system for me. I want to see them in battle. Alien mural. I mean, let's translate it while we're here. Go to. There's no reason not to translate this wonderful mural that you found.
Successful.
And that's the hyperdrives. Let's get the improved deflectors online as well. And how close are we to the enemy?
Construction complete.
We're getting there. I'm not sure what that continental world is going to have, but I'm hoping it's something good. Something that makes that worthwhile.
Construction complete.
Alright, let's slow down time. These guys are going to jump in a second, and they should just obliterate everything here. Come on, fleet. Show yourselves. There they are. Okay, and you're free to engage. Oh right, I forgot that these are the crystal guys, so they actually cause weird colors to happen on my screen. I'm not sure if this is a driver issue or if it's just a thing in the game. I think it might be a driver issue, but it's nothing too nasty. It just kind of causes weird colors, and it's just these guys. Like I've fought many other guys, and I've watched them, and they don't cause any issues. I'm not like it might be some kind of a like crystalline special weapon that's or some kind of a feature specific to these guys that causes that. Yeah, we're destroying them. We've taken some losses, but I think a fair chunk of my ships have actually just warped away. And this doesn't actually get us far, but it does unlock one more system for us to check out. Let's actually speed this up. We don't need to sit here the whole day. Okay, you guys go back to base. Those guys have formed a defensive pact. Very nice. I could get this science vessel here, temporarily armed with a scientist. Those guys are doing more important work, though. You know what, I'll just get a scientist very quickly here and just go and research all of that and survey the system. That way we can capture it.
Construction complete.
And how much did we actually lose? I didn't check the statistics, but it seems that we lost like 6 corvettes and all of the destroyers stayed. So that's not too bad. Yeah, once this place has been properly surveyed, we can just take it over. And I also want the research that is possible there. You guys...
Construction complete.
Actually, yeah, you guys come back here because it's cheaper to hold you guys here than to hold you guys in there. So how are the Betharian power plants? Almost in effect already. And yeah, as I said, we've basically sorted out our energy credit situation, which means that I now need to sort it out for these guys, because these guys are being a little bit poor about it.
Ship fragments dissected.
Wonderful. Crystal infused plating is but the regenerative hull tissue, that's the one, the more important one, because that allows my ships to actually like passively regain health, which means that I don't have to like every single time send them back to a station to be repaired. Let's do those full reinforcements too.
Ship fragments dissected.
Okay, and you just need to go through all of these. This is a very tiny system, so surveying this shouldn't take too long. Okay, so what does this place actually have?
System survey complete.
Okay, so it is just a regular tiny continental world with nothing too exciting about it. Okay, I'll build a starbase there to just keep it under my control.
Technological acquisition successful.
Improved deflectors have been taken online. I'll research the basic combat roles so that I can make my ships a little bit more efficient. Right now they're kind of doing stupid tactics, and the improved combat roles should help them with that. This is sadly a technology that will take a little bit too long for me to research like this, but the fleet combat or the fleet command limit plus 20 will bring this number up, which means that I can actually probably set up another fleet, possibly, because I'm going to need 2. One on this side, one on this side, and one to take care of these guys, one to take care of these guys, or at least hold these guys back. Not super like interested in going after these guys first, like actually taking over their planets. But I kind of want to take over these planets because they have systems very close to my border, very accessible to me, and I don't have to deal with the chim freeholders that way. Which reminds me, are you guys actually willing to be used for... Okay, we don't... Alright, because we don't have rivals, we cannot actually send them after anyone. Oh well. Build a mining station there, and I think I'm gonna call it there. We managed to secure our borders. We got some science done. We have basically colonized all the worlds that we wanted to colonize. Next time, it's going to be more the diplomacy and political game. We're going to have to start thinking about how to actually expand, and the way we want to probably the way it's going to have to go is through someone, because they are not going to give us anything for free. So next time on Stellaris, we're going to start considering our options and setting up our like offensive line, so to speak. We might not go to war yet, but we're at least going to start planning them. So I thank every one of you for watching, and I'll see you guys in future videos.